Welcome. This is the lecture covering the science spoken of in mind, spirit, or mechanics. I call it information provided in an easy-to-access manner. If you want to know more, check out my other videos. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're exploring a fascinating question. What does it mean to be? How does something, consciousness, matter, life itself, emerge from nothing? The book Mind, Spirit, or Mechanics. The quantum leap from void to being invites us to look at this mystery through three lenses: the mind, the spirit, and the mechanics of the universe. It's an interdisciplinary journey that connects ancient philosophy, modern neuroscience, and quantum physics. My goal in this lecture is to make these ideas accessible, to show how they relate to our everyday experience of awareness and existence. Let's begin with the idea of the void. In philosophy and physics alike, the void isn't simply empty space. It's potential, the unmanifest field from which everything arises. Being, then, is the moment that potential becomes actual. The author suggests that this leap from void to being is not just a physical process but a conscious one. Ancient thinkers like the Vedantists and Taoists saw the universe as a living, breathing continuum of energy and awareness. Western phenomenologists such as Husserl and Heidegger asked how consciousness gives meaning to the world. This book bridges those traditions, proposing that the same principles that govern the cosmos also govern the emergence of thought and perception. Now, let's turn to the brain. Modern neuroscience shows that the brain isn't a static machine but a dynamic, self-organizing system. It operates through nonlinear patterns, feedback loops that constantly adjust and evolve. Imagine ripples on a pond. Each drop of experience sends waves that interact, amplify, or cancel each other. That's how our perceptions form. The author connects this to quantum mechanics, suggesting that consciousness may operate at the edge of physical reality, where uncertainty and possibility coexist. In plain terms, our awareness might be the bridge between the measurable and the mysterious. Next comes the idea of energy, habit, and resonance. Every thought and emotion carries an electrical and magnetic signature. When we repeat patterns, whether of fear, joy, or creativity, those signatures become habits, shaping how we respond to the world. Resonance means that similar patterns attract each other, like tuning forks vibrating in harmony. You can think of your mind as a radio receiver, tuning into frequencies that match your inner state. When we cultivate positive, coherent patterns, we literally change the energy we emit and receive. This isn't mystical. It's the physics of feedback and alignment. From there, the book moves into the realm of spirit and the quantum field. Spirit here isn't about religion. It's about the organizing intelligence behind life. The author uses the language of chakras to describe how energy flows through the body, connecting physical sensation with consciousness. Quantum physics tells us that, at the smallest scale, particles exist as probabilities until observed. The act of observation, awareness itself, brings them into being. In that sense, consciousness might be the universe noticing itself. It's a poetic but scientifically resonant idea that awareness is woven into the fabric of reality. Then we arrive at the law of becoming. This is the process by which potential turns into reality, the seed becoming a tree, the thought becoming an action, the dream becoming a life. The author argues that this transformation follows universal principles. The same forces that guide atomic interactions also guide creativity and growth. Each choice we make is a quantum leap, a moment when possibility collapses into presence. We are not passive observers of the universe. We are active participants in its unfolding. Finally, we reach the conclusion. Mind, spirit, and mechanics are not separate domains but aspects of one continuum. The mind perceives, the spirit animates, and the mechanics provide structure. The leap from void to being is the story of existence itself, and of each of us awakening to our own consciousness. Perhaps, as the author suggests, consciousness isn't something we have, it's something the universe does through us. When we understand that, we begin to see life not as a collection of isolated events but as a single, ongoing act of creation. So, as we close, take a moment to reflect. Every breath, every thought, every heartbeat is part of this quantum dance, the endless transformation of potential into presence. The mystery of being isn't out there in the stars. It's right here, in the awareness listening to these words.